This year, we're looking at 6 essentials in becoming a leader of men. In our first tip, we talked about the importance of abiding, and in our second video, we talked about dying. The third essential in becoming a leader of men is to make sure that you are focused. We live in a world with a lot of confusion and a lot of noise. As leaders, we have our own ideas of what we should be doing in ministry, and the men we serve, they also have some of their own thoughts and ideas about what they want. Too many men's ministry leaders are busy throwing a whole bunch of ideas up against a wall and really just hoping something's going to stick. Far too many men are just doing what other men are asking for, but there's no real thought about what does Jesus want? And how do our activities fit with his agenda? A leader of men will have blinders on to all the other noise and will be focused on only one thing. Is this moving men forward as disciples of Jesus? See, this is our mission, leaders. This is our purpose. There's no other mandate from Jesus. Everything that we do that does not advance this mission is simply meaningless activity. When we lose sight of intentionally making disciples of Jesus, then we simply become another club in town. And really, who has time to be part of another club? As we talked about in the Blueprint Leadership Training, most men's ministry in local churches has become like a club environment rather than a missional movement. We focus on men building friendships with other men as if that's the end result and end goal. But Jesus invited men to his mission, and he forged the friendships as they served together towards that mission. As a leader, you need to remember what Patrick Morley has said. You have not made disciples until your disciples are making disciples. It is absolutely critical that you are laser focused as a leader on the mission of making disciples. The Blueprint framework helps to give you the essential elements of forming a man as a disciple. Ignite his heart, renew his mind, and engage his hands in service. You need to show men these elements, and you need to help them understand what you are trying to do in your men's ministry. Help the men to know that you're focused on helping them to be disciples of Jesus, and that these are the elements that Jesus focused on. When you do that, it's going to help men understand why you might be doing things differently than the way that you've always done it in your men's ministry. Killing sacred cows is so important, but you have to kill it in a way that you explain it to the men why you're doing this. You're going to have many men who will want you to focus on the same things that you've always done. You're going to have others who come up with cool and new ideas. And none of these things are wrong if you can figure out how they fit in the process of making disciples. Make sure that all of your men's ministry initiatives are balanced between heart and head and hands. If you're out of balance, you might need to eliminate some things in order to bring a proper balance. The reality is that if you are not focused on this mission as a leader, nobody else is going to be. You have been entrusted by God with a mission. He has empowered you for this mission. He expects you to be focused on his mission. You have to discern the distractions in your life, in your ministry, and stay focused on obeying Jesus. On March 10th, 2015, a Black Hawk helicopter took off for a training mission. It was filled with 7 Marines and 3 members of the U.S. National Guard. In the first moments after takeoff, the pilot started talking about how bad the weather was and how dark it was outside. After a series of maneuvers and radio transmissions from the crew, it became really apparent that the pilots were disoriented by the lack of visibility that was outside. Less than 5 minutes later, the Black Hawk helicopter hit the waters of the Santa Rosa Sound, killing everybody who was on board. The tragedy of this story is that it should have never happened. The crews were repeatedly warned of the weather restrictions, and the soldiers disobeyed a direct order when they went out to fly that day. Disobeying a direct order resulted in the death of 10 soldiers. When we refuse to stay focused on obeying the direct orders of Jesus to advance his mission, men are dying all around us. We are all focused on something. So ask yourself this question: what do your plans and your time and your money reveal about what you are focused on as a leader?